James Jones is back with us. Do you expect Mahomes and the Chiefs to go out and try to send a message to the Chargers?
No. Just escape with a win. This is the second hardest game on their whole schedule.
You guys are.
The only game harder than
right,
this.
though.
The only game harder than this on their entire schedule is when they go to the Chargers. The Chargers have built their team with one goal in mind. How do you slow down Kansas City? And they are the only team in the league that has had actually some type of repeated success doing that. The Chiefs, since Mahomes has gotten there, Mahomes is 16-1 against the Broncos and Raiders. The one win was a big one, though. Those Raiders took those laps. How'd you like that, Gruden? There he's 5-2 against the Chargers, and one of the wins came in overtime. The only way to slow down the Chiefs consistently is, can you get real pressure on Mahomes without sending extra people? Well, Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack are a good start. And I know the whole media likes to kill Staley for the fourth down stuff. But you agree with me that coaches more often should do the, what does my opponent hope I do? I'm going to do the opposite. I hate playing a team that's going to constantly go for it on fourth down because it feels like the drive's never over. It feels like they're going to get another shot. So and McDuffie, their first pick of the draft, the Chiefs, is out for this game. Their kicker's out for this game. Now, Keenan Allen's also out for this game. And so I am Mr. Chest out with the Kansas City Chiefs. I think they're the best team in football. But I think the Chargers have an argument that at the end of the year they might be the second best team in football. So I think this is not a style points game. This is an escape with a victory game.
Well, it's the reason why they sat me by you, man, because you're speaking the right stuff over here.
Okay.
But my chest ain't as poked out as yours for the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs is in trouble.
Wow.
Right? This Chargers
team.
team.
So you picking the Chargers?
100%. This Chargers team is
built.
This Chargers team is built to beat Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes is not going to be back there like he was in this Arizona Cardinals game with a cup of coffee and a Krispy Kreme donut. Khalil Mack and Bosa are coming. This is the game to where we're going to be talking about this next week, and we're going to say they might need Tyreek Hill. Because this is the game to where those receivers are going to get challenged. The ball's going to have to come out fast. Derwin James always plays Travis Kelce well when it's man-to-man, makes it hard on him.
He's a great player.
He is a great player, so is Travis Kelce, but they always battle. So now we are going to see, can Sky Moore, can Juju, can MVS
You don't think they can?
win the one-on-one matchups?
You don't think they can?
We are going to find out.
Well,
we are going to find out.
And last week, I know they only lost one, but they fumbled 5 times. And the Chargers forced, 3 fumbles with the Raiders? So I would be with you, except for Keenan Allen's injury. I think that's going to be tough to over. And Herbert's great.
You see how
Herbert's
slung it when
been
Keenan
great.
Allen went out the game, and trust me,
Herbert's
there's nobody
been great
a bigger
against
Keenan Allen fan
against
than
the
me.
Chiefs. Right.
Yeah.
I just think without Keenan Allen, will J.C. Jackson be back in the? They're not sure yet. That could hurt if he's not back because they're going to be great
But
when he gets
just
back.
like Aaron Rodgers say he owns the Bears, Justin Herbert could really say that about the Kansas City Chiefs.
Well,
they
he's
cannot
won what?
stop him.
He's 2-2 against them.
I know. I don't care about
And one of
record.
those
I'm talking
came with
about
Mahomes.
the
One of
stats
those
and
came
all that
with
stuff that
Mahomes.
They
Doesn't
cannot
matter.
stop
Mahomes
him.
plays too,
Obviously, he can't play defense. Patty Mahomes going to have an answer for a lot of that. But they cannot stop
They are
Herbert.
they are a tough matchup for Kansas City. I don't think, like
in
Nick
trouble.
said, they're the second best team in the AFC. I don't think that. But I actually think the Chiefs are the second best team in the AFC to Buffalo. But I think they're a tough matchup for Kansas City, and that's the problem. It's
gonna be a really good
But
game.
I got the Chiefs edging them.
See, I'm going to give you some advice.
What?
We should save it for after the show.
You thought I did this segment wrong?
Yeah, I do.
Well,
What
am I dripping in?
You can't,
What am I
objectivity,
dripping in?
I know
Objectivity.
that. But you can't show
No,
any weakness.
actually, you're
There's-
dripping
you know what
in
else?
fear right
you drip,
now.
Yeah, blood in the
Fear.
water, and here come the sharks. And I'm going to pull you out because people are going to start attacking you. This is a definitive game for Patrick Mahomes.
He's scared, though.
There's a lot. Nick?
Yes,
I'm trying to gas you up a
Good
little
tell.
bit. There's a lot of polls online. Hey, if you were to start a franchise today, who would you want? And I would take young Justin Herbert. And then in fantasy, well, just in fantasy, I would take Justin Herbert over Mahomes. And at the start of the season, they were tied for MVP, even though one guy is Super Bowl champion, the other guy has never made the playoffs.
It's tough to go against Patty.
A lot of people seem to do it.
NFL.com
Even one of their biggest
had him ranked ahead of
cheerleaders
Patrick
is showing a little bit of weakness on
it's not.
national television.
This is odd.
Come out here,
Hold
put
on.
on a
He
show,
should be a little-
destroy
he
the
should be a little
Chargers.
nervous.
Just wait a second.
Destroy
Not
them.
just for the
He's
come
a
out
lot
and
of
destroy the
nervous.
Chargers.
Just wait a second. There we go.
This is the person we wanted.
All right. No,
I don't
I
know.
am not a cartoon character. I am dripping in objectivity
I know.
and take integrity. And when the Chiefs look like the best team in football against the Cardinals, I tell you this. When they are playing a team that has had some level of success against them, being 500 against the Chiefs, it's like being undefeated against anybody else. Against a team that has two guys that could be eventual Hall of Famers in Bosa and Mack. They got to play longer and be healthier. Yeah. But at that level of talent, there's a real blueprint to the Chargers being able to keep this competitive and potentially win the game. However, the reason that despite Butker being out, which is a big loss, second best kicker in football, despite Butker being out, I like the Chiefs in this game is this. While the Chargers have built their team to stop the Chiefs of the last couple years, the question is, have the Chiefs built a new team? And the Chargers' biggest weakness last year, the reason they didn't make the playoffs, the reason the Raiders beat them on the final game of the season was they had an abysmal run defense. And the Chiefs all of a sudden have the best offensive line in football and a more than credible running attack. And the idea that you can force the Chargers out of what they have tried to attack the Chiefs with in years past, which is, we know you're not going to run the ball. We know you just want to chuck it. You don't think so?
No, they're not going to stick with it.
I don't know if they have to stick
Andy
with
Reid
it.
is not going to stick
won't.
with the
You're
run.
right.
And when you get sacked and you get pressure and you got to throw your way out of this, he is going to get pass happy, and that is going to benefit these
Especially if
Chargers
Herbert's
and
scoring
these
points.
pass rush.
Yeah.
100%.
So-
I'm telling you right now, the Chiefs are in trouble.
Well, listen.
They in big trouble.
Okay, listen. I said I thought it was their second hardest
Keep
game
the
of the year.
base. Keep the
But,
base, Nick.
No, I
Keep the base.
appreciate that. But there is something weird about the Chargers, who I think before the year was the second or third best team in the AFC. Them and the Ravens, one of the two. Derek Carr had 4 turnovers in that game. He had the most interceptions in his career. The Raiders didn't play great in Week 1.
No, they did not.
And yet, the Raiders have the ball down 5 with 3 minutes left at midfield with a chance to win. There is an element of the Chargers where they seem to charger and get in their own way. They almost did against the Raiders in a game they had no business losing. And so there are some, to me, talent-wise, I think they might have 1 through 53 the best roster in the league. I think they have an argument that 1 through 53, they and Baltimore have the 2 best rosters in the league. But I don't necessarily trust them in a big spot the way James seems to, the way a lot of people seem to, because we haven't seen them come through in a big spot ever. I mean, they didn't, not with Phillip Rivers, LaDainian Tomlinson, not with Justin Herbert. They haven't had a big spot.
Yeah,
I mean,
Dan
I can't.
Fouts.
Dan Fouts. Like, I don't know if I've ever seen
Never.
them come
Right.
through in a big spot. But if James would have gone first, I would have been angrier.
I know.
He's talking
I
about the
think-
Chiefs
I-
losing.
Hey,
I
New
think-
Year.
I don't know.
new
I mean, look,
Chargers.
when they're playing Arizona, it's
That's
a
what
lot
I'm saying,
of
man.
base.
We-
there's histrionics.
I think there's other good
braggadocio.
teams.
When they're playing the Chargers, you're meek and mild.
I think they're a really good team.
The
You're
Chargers
trying to
the
yell, but
Chargers
it's not
always-
there.
the Chargers
You can tell
always
it's not
give
there.
Patrick
You can
Mahomes
see right through
problems,
it.
though. You know what
Yes,
I mean?
they
It,
do.
it may be
Yeah.
one game to
They
where he
played
really
him 3
played
And
times.
like
Justin
They beat
Herbert,
him
to
once.
your
But
point,
hold on,
has his way
they
with them.
make it hard on him, and they're gonna make it hard on him again when this pass
His
rush
2
comes
wins
after
over
him.
them or last 2 years have been overtime.
Yeah,
Both of them.
never won in
Okay,
regular
they've
time.
played him
Can't
3
win.
times. They beat him once. Just for the record, they always give him the Justin Herbert's Chargers, pardon me, have played him 3 times and beat him once. Overall in his career, he's 5-2 against them. So, like I said, they play him tough. I don't know about they always have success against him. They've lost 5 out of 7.
I like more of that.
That's why you play the games, because
Yeah.
we're gonna find out.
I think Chiefs in the close one.
More of that coming up after the break.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.